If you are a lesbian, you will do this. Every lesbian has done this before or will feel compelled to do this and will eventually do this. Stick around, I'm going to discuss that now. My name is Giselle Wallace, lesbian life coach and author. And as you heard, the title of the video is You're a Lesbian If You Do This. Every lesbian that I know has done this before, including myself. And what that is we've all been in situations where somebody lets us know there's a guy that likes us. And they want us to date. They want us to go out and get to know each other. Maybe your family, your mom, your dad, your siblings, they really like this guy. They think he's a great guy. And you think the guy is a great guy as well. He is actually a good guy. And they don't know that you are a lesbian. But they also, there's families who do know you're a lesbian, but they're just in denial. Yeah, those kind of people, right? Well, now you feel pressured to go on a date with this guy, and you say, he is a very nice young man. He's intelligent, he's kind, um, he's smart, he's a great worker. All the things that a straight woman would want in a man: good looking, tall, maybe athletic, muscular looking, the perfect guy, right? But you know that you're not into the fellas. You know that you are a lesbian. So you want to make your family happy, and you don't want to mislead this guy, this wonderful guy. You don't want to lead him on and have him thinking that you really want him. And so now here you are in this dilemma, and you've got to decide, should I go for what my family wants me to do, to date this guy, or should I just choose what I want to do and not date this guy? So now you've got to make a decision. And you might say, oh, from the outside looking in, if you're not a lesbian, if you don't know the pressures of trying to fit in and be accepted, then you'll be like, oh, that's easy. You just don't go on the date with the guy if you don't like him. Well, this actually is an ongoing situation for you, because you're going to be a lesbian forever. And your family will be your family forever, whether you like it or not. And there's always going to be some man that takes interest in you because, well, we live in a heteronormative world and boys like girls, right? So you're at this point in your life where you have to deal with this. You've got a decision to make. So there's two scenarios that I'll discuss. The first scenario is you go on a date with this guy. The second scenario is you do not go on a date with this guy. So the first scenario is you go ahead and agree, all right, yeah, he is a nice guy. Okay, I'll go on a date with him. You go out on the date and you already know. You're saying to yourself, I am not going on a second date with this man. I am not going to do this. I'm not going to put myself through this torture. I'm so sick of trying to please folks. I'm so sick of not choosing me. All right? You know that's going all through your head. So you're on a date with this guy, and next thing you know, he's asking you out on a second date. And you're like, oh, I didn't think about him asking me on a second date. I know I didn't want to go on the second date, but I didn't think he was really going to ask me. I was trying to be as boring as possible on this date. I even chewed with my mouth open, and he still wants to go on a date with me. Another date. What do I do? This is getting harder and harder for me because I haven't told anybody I'm a lesbian. Right. yes, my family doesn't know I'm gay. So I'm going on this date because I'm still trying to act like I'm straight, but I'm not straight. So what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Well, you find yourself going on that second date and that third date, and your family's all excited. He's excited, the guy. And then you start to feel really bad. You're like, you know what? I know that this guy likes me, and I'm going to have to tell him that my interest lies elsewhere because I don't want to break his heart. We've been on 3 dates. This guy really likes me. My family really likes him. I can't do this no more. So now what you do is you talk to him and you tell him, I have something to tell you, and I need you to keep this a secret. And he's like, all right, what is it? And you tell him, I think you're a great guy, but this is not going to work. And he's shocked, he's surprised, he doesn't understand where this is coming from. And you reveal to him, you didn't notice that I didn't want to hug you back. You didn't notice that I didn't want you to give me a kiss. You didn't notice that I kept telling you that I can't go out today, I can't go out tonight. You didn't notice that I just was not interested. And then he's like, well, I know that this is probably your first time dating a guy, and I just looked at it like you were shy. So I didn't think that it meant you weren't interested in me. And then she says, you know what? I apologize. I am a lesbian. I've never told anyone this, but I'm telling you this today because I'm in a pickle. My family really likes you. I know that you like me, and I just felt pressured to date you to please my family, but I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to continue to hurt you. So I need to tell you that I'm a lesbian. And I don't know when or how I'm going to tell my family, but I want to tell you this so that you don't think that I'm leading you on, even though technically I have gone on 2 or 3 dates with you. Please forgive me. This is a lot of pressure for me. I've never been in this situation before, and you are right. I've never dated a guy before. I think you're a wonderful guy, and you're going to meet a wonderful lady, but not me. And he says, you know what? It's all right. I thank you for telling me this because I actually knew that you were a lesbian. And you're like, what? How did you know? How did you know I was a lesbian? And he says, well, he said, I think your family knows too. And you're like, what? You think my family knows? And he says, yes, I think your family knows. And that's why they came to me and they asked me to ask you out. And when you said yes, I said, oh, okay. Well, I guess it worked. And then you're like, wait a minute. What do you mean you think you thought it worked? He said, well, your family knows that you're a lesbian, but they know that I did like you. And so they came to me and they asked me to ask you out so we can go on a date. And when you agreed to go on a date with me, I was like, cool beans, we're on a date now. I like her, it works out. Her family's happy, I'm happy. And then she's like, hold on now, wait a minute, I'm not happy. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. And she said, you know what? Forget about it. Honestly, I should have never went on this date with you. I should have never agreed to date you. I apologize. I need to take responsibility for myself, for not being honest with myself, for not being honest with you, and for not being honest with my family. Because you know what? All is fair in love and war, as they say. So you got what you wanted. You got a date out of me. You already knew I was gay. Now I know my family knows I'm gay. So guess what? I guess this is the perfect opportunity for me to go to my family and tell them that I'm gay. Yes. Now, the second scenario is the young lady who says, I'm not going out on a date with this guy because I am gay. And I know that he knows that I'm gay because I told him I was gay. And my family knows that I'm gay, and my friends know that I'm gay, so it's not going to happen. In this scenario, there are women who take that route. However, not all of us do. And it's because we're learning ourselves, we're navigating life, and we're in situations that sometimes we regret we got ourselves in. But it happens, and I'm saying all this to say that everybody's a human. Everybody has their own hopes and desires, not just for themselves, but for other people as well. And unfortunately, people do want to see you in a relationship. If you're a woman, more than likely they want to see you in a relationship with a man. But that's not who you are. That's not the life that you want to live. So it starts within for you to decide, am I going to please my friends and my family? Am I going to please the guys who want to date me? Or am I going to please myself? I hope that you choose to please yourself. And if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share my content. Because now, after you subscribe, I'm going to reveal to you the reason why you are a lesbian if you do this. You don't want anybody in the world to think that you are a heterosexual female. You don't want anybody to think that you are straight. Every lesbian is a lesbian if you do this. You don't want your cat, your dog, your fish, your squirrel to even think for 1 minute that you are heterosexual. Because every lesbian wants everyone to know that she is a lesbian. Even the women who date guys against their will, they're cringing inside because they don't want people to know or see them in a relationship with a guy, because then they're going to think that, oh, yeah, she's straight. Oh, yeah, I told you, lesbianism is a phase. She's just going through something. If you're seen with a man, he could even be your brother, but you hardly don't even want to be in public with your own brother because you don't want anybody mistaking you for dating him or for not being gay. Lesbians love the world knowing that they are lesbians. You don't want anyone to mistake your sexual orientation because you're proud to be a lesbian. And you should be. You should be, because it's who you are. I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope it resonates with you, because I know that I definitely love being a lesbian, and it bothers me when people tell me that I'm not a lesbian. Not to a degree where it messes up my day, but because I don't believe in telling a person who they are when they are not who I say they are, because we all should be able to have the freedom and the peace and the authority to express ourselves, to say what our identity is. And lesbian is our identity. And we don't want anyone to deny who we are. We don't even want to deny who we are. So it's a wonderful and beautiful thing when you can get to the point where you can say to everyone that you are a lesbian and you stand on it. Absolutely. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am a certified lesbian life coach. If you would like a coaching session with me, please contact me. I'm also an author. My latest book is right here. Matter of fact, I have it right here. This is my latest book. Go get your copy. Thank you for listening. God bless you.